So today, we only have one session. There is no formal presentation. As you know, in this working group, we have co-chair, Dr. Tai, so Dr. Philip. So today, our mission is quite simple. First, introduce the overview of the first about okay, share of this group. That's our next. Of course, always welcome and not a platform. Before the introduction of this group, I have some words from Director Leon.
Thank you, Eric. So, good morning. I'm Franz De Leon from the Philippines. I represent the Ministry of Science and Technology. I'm the director of the Advanced Science and Technology Institute. I think for a bit of historical perspective, probably a decade or so ago, this is one of the original groups formed by then Director Dennis Villarreal at that time. But then again, this group has grown since then to where it is now. So over the past 2.5 days, so we've seen different presentations from the different sectors. Most notably, the major difference for this year is that we have several representations from space agencies, which goes to show of the changing landscape within the Asian and ASEAN region. And we see the importance of coming up with several solutions from different fronts, from the academe, from the research and development institutes, from the space agencies, even the private sectors and different nonprofit organizations. So as Eric mentioned, we are a community. We are a global community. And with the challenge of climate change, there's no choice for us but to find synergies and find ways to collaborate. Of course, we understand and respect that we have own we have our own priorities back at home in our own territories and countries. But at least we are here in this session sharing our experiences, sharing our results from the different activities that we've done in our own backyard. And probably somewhere along the way, and even probably during this morning sessions, we can come up with several priority areas where we can collaborate. Of course, I understand it would be difficult to have find collaborations for all, but based on the presentation so far, there are obvious synergies among sectors and among different participants in this session. So again, we thank everyone for attending this session, and we can only look forward for this group to further grow and progress and find meaningful solutions to the global challenge that we face now. And thank you, and good morning, everyone.
Welcome. Probably last like both friends and would like to have further collaboration of here session for to discuss how in the past 2 days. That's talk, and then session, act. But now for the session, like the next session, also same discussion together. So please, if you have any idea of the join, just discuss and try to find the best possible way. Thank you. So this is the history and also background of this. So from 2014, as mentioned by this working group was initiated by ASCII, Taiwan. And so because we are not the official government agency to be responsible for the reaction or for the mitigation or recovery. But it's very important to build up capacity from the preparedness, the risk analysis, also support the recommendation, new strategies to improve also the disaster. Actually, the disaster mitigation, the title of this working group actually quite broader scope. Could be no limitation. It's all based on the needs, the requirements from you, from the participants. So we welcome you bring your issues or your projects to this working group and we can work. Next slide, I have some studies which has been conducted years. So our mission, keywords, two keywords here, collaboration and time. The other thing is about sustainability. Supporting the still just a beginning, but I think together some work out some and make changes. So of course we have a lot, and yeah, collaboration is not trivial, and we should start it to work out to collaborate from case study from local. So it's very important to engage the local users, and then we can help to find the scientists who join together, and then we can build up, for example, the tools to support the research more in time, so accurate, based on advanced computing and also analysis studies. The other thing, which is very important, as I mentioned, first day of the much part that we focus on understanding science. That's the point to improve the knowledge research analysis. From the case study, together we are to share all the things we learned from the case study, from the data, tools, knowledge, so technology, everything, so that all the partners could reuse those tools and data from the study. That's our strategy. So what we've been doing. Well, in the past 10 years, we have funding support from the EU project and also Asia Connect funding. So we've been about 20 case studies from Taiwan, and also Wi-Fi. So for each type of, we have a leading scientist group supporting the physics analysis of each case. And of course, those cases brought up by, for example, last Monday I mentioned Taiwan case, which is a collaboration with Taiwan. So most of the ground base of the data is asked our friends. Then together with scientists improve, so we can understand more to improve the accuracy of the simulation of the super typhoon like Haiyan. And to so the whole life cycle of such typhoon to be used from them. Of course, those computing resource is supported by Taiwan. Then in the future, we can use of those simulated tools, different cloud resources. So the storm surge, the tsunami, tsunami is supported by Professor Wu, who has a very good presentation yesterday. I'm sorry. He's an expert about the fluid anything about ocean water. Is an expert. So in addition to the storm surge, so he's also focusing on something like scouring. So that would be quite useful for critical or engineering. Yes. So storm surge. So impacts of flooding like bridge, etc. And dust transportation based on the biomass burning in Southeast Asia. So it presented by. So those connections has been there. So if you have similar cases or requirements, so we can initiate new case studies like this. So in the future, in Apan, we can report the progress of the case studies. And once there is anything concluded, so the case study will share. That's the way this working group keep moving forward to build up new collaborations based on case study. In collaboration with the scientists group, also the users. So Dr. Verichai is for the spy. For the fraud, we have Professor Benjamin. So Master Card, we also have other professor from University of Singapore who join us. So we have a new case study. Example is thunderstorm or light. That's brought up by now it's waiting for the underlying computing infrastructure that will be supported by, of course, by so when we can offer some of the resource, I think it's also possible. I also mentioned about also explain a little bit about the deeper understanding of those case studies for those projects next 10 years. After the experiments for those case studies, we believe that this approach is feasible. But advanced knowledge is built up from this approach. Also, like required digital data in this way. Also, the outcome is quite could meet our expectations, supporting the risk. As I mentioned, that course based on the advancement of data. So in the next few years, so incorporate human face. So this is what we learned from last summer. So there has been from the case study there has been 6 or 7 types, and from last year we also extended agent types to 2 also initiated by our partners. The first one, but we need expert support. We already have expert business. Hopefully, but they've been sharing some approach they have with their countries. So in the future, maybe this is also a good option once we have experts to support this. The other thing is making the Earth up. So in this week, we have space agents. That's so have UN Spider ahead. In the future, we can work out something how to be more effective making use of Earth like space agents. That's what we're doing. So we also agreed to have master class in Bangkok. This we did last. That's it. Thank you so much. So this is stuff. So that's the big one of the working group. If there's any comment or
I'm the captain of the CSA yesterday. Thanks for the presentation, but what we say is much information gives the information. So what I think was for my part, I can everything perform. When I identify a subject where everyone wants to know that. You know anything about somebody, for example. So I think that the first thing you have to know is to identify who wants to be there. When someone wants to be there, I mean in the film, in the office, in the laboratory, at the university, so at the end, work accomplished. Because the only thing that we have to do is to the business campus, it's not all explanation performance in the same way that we do for the pilot. It's more in second writing is stuff. mechanical professor in my country, a lot of stuff, mechanical. So this testimony during his students because work in my country. So yes, watching also to make the separation of information has to be easy and understandable for everyone. Another thing to say, child rates. So
Thank you. Thank you.
just wanted to say to child now, if you want to face the crisis, support us totally. Yeah, good.
What?
Oh, okay. I think it's the honor for your leadership. Uh, really amazing. Yeah.
That's really a very good example of collaboration.
Hello. Hello, good morning, everybody. Again, let me introduce myself. I am Sundar Sharma from Nepal. Professionally, I am forester. I did my master's in University, Forest Ecology and Management. Currently, I am working at the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Authority under the Ministry of Home Affairs. The name is a little bit long. It's a kind of disaster management of government in fact. So, I would like to put forward some couple of points here. That is the good working group, disaster mitigation working of the Apan. Firstly, you can see there is a future collaboration among NDRR and my office. I am working at the middle level, policy level, not the high level person, middle level, under secretary level. There is joint secretary and secretary and minister. So I am somewhere in the middle position. I can make a bridge among all collaborating partners like APAN and disaster mitigation working especially and RAIN. I'm openly talking with the Prasantaji who is here regarding future collaboration. Maybe in future we are meeting in the office, official meeting. So there are I think we can do some case studies uh, regarding multi-hazard or the wall system. That's this approach that it's a cascading effect of hazard. If there is a disaster, then that is a cascading effect. So we are focusing on developing multi-hazard early warning system. Up to now, there is no systematic early warning system. And another is the risk assessment, all hazards. But I don't know how person would compare whether Grachai about the debates in fact. So up to now, there is no any damage and loss study by the forest fire. So there are many thousands of hectares of forest were burned, ground fire. In fact. Each 2 meter diameter, all are just standing like snake, right? So if we can do some damage and loss assessment of the forest fire, then it can be private fund and unit fund. But I don't know, you, disaster mitigation working group, you are the expert and we know the way that I don't know. So let's do some case study. Not all maybe at the beginning. Damage and loss study by forest fire could be the entry point in Nepal, and that can show the case study for South Asian country also, not the global. But, so these are the 2 points that I would like to put forward this working group.
Thank you so much. Talk that we discuss in detail how can make it happen. Yes, it's the same with the open and sharing of the book doing together. So it's a opportunity maybe to pick it up and like the damage that you say the damage how to a product or a product something happen. But in detail how like the burn area assessment. The problem is that you can like the problem is that the crowd will check sitting in the office or in the act of seeing the supply data, process it, get the map out. But in fact, in the field, that's also the hard part. Make sure that the result from whatever you process is correct. And always saying that that is the hard part. Like the sensor, so like I'm having the team that they're doing for the sensor for next generation of the thermal sensor that using ASLV in the future. So we only have the better detection of the strain of 4 micron level. But we do that. But in terms of building the sensor like NASA, they have funding. We don't. Just tell them this is a requirement from user side. This is what we see that is missing, and you improve it. For example, in Maori, we told them that the new team they have in Maori 10 level, right? And people tell them that you need to improve the thermal sensor at the resolution up to 2 kilometers to 1 kilometer, and not only that, like the quality of the sensor. Instead of detecting only cloud, you have to consider the surface as well. So because the fire on something like that. And that comes from ground validation. And that's the hard part. And people thinking that using the satellite data is not hard. Cases, for example, like using the spider bird area detection. Yes, you can do that process and you get the product out, but you really have to go check because the original equation algorithm that is from the US which is have different field type that different. So last year, Royal Forest Department they done a map, current area map, and then they went to 90% wrong. Oh, really? Because it, yeah, something. So, so how to really make the system like it? Yeah, it can be done, but you have to understand the technique. For the early warning, complicated actually. You have to accept the capability of the system. Something like Bruno or the helicopter, even the plane, that's all too. Just like the most important thing, people using it. Those have to understand the capability of each system. Already, yes, yes. Exactly as what we've been discussed. Here we are doing primarily two things. The first thing is that as the new uniform of China, we are supporting to build up the networks. For example, the bushfire cases. The collaboration is so free, and we can help identify not just in upper arts patients, but this extent. And you can identify the goals by the team, not by us, and then just share your experiences and progress. That's what going on. And also, you can collect more comments from other countries. And the second thing is that luckily we have the support from space agency about for the upper ASEAN wildfire cases. And this is supporting more wildfire or to identify impact region. But that could be another milestone in the next step. Yes, yes. Officer Wu asked yesterday, what is the process for the tsunami one for them? Earthquake happen in the ocean, we running the simulation, but the result giving back to the authority and the issue, the warning if the result comes. And I asked her about something else, but other disaster in Taiwan, it's like something else, flooding happened. Similar thing that they do, they go to the expert and then validate and then issue the authority warning. We are in the part that prepare that, prepare that for them. So yeah, I think we can change the agenda session or discussion at least for the floor is open. So, it's Adi.
Yeah. It's in the list. Well, I would like to draw attention of Susie this time. Susie, yeah, yeah, but I'm working on that, so I'm also coordinating South Asia Wildlife Network. And we have developed Pan Asia Wildlife Network, which is chaired by the KFR, Korean Forest Research Institute. In fact, this network, pan-Asian wildland path networking, networks of the networks, four networks are joining together, and we signed MOU 2 years ago. So these networks also, I think we have to bring those networks to join hands in these initiatives. For example, I am happy to join hands from the South Asia Wildlife Network for the several activities in South Asia region. Yeah, thank you.
Bhutanese forest department is also a phone call that they're gonna have kind of early ones on it. Also, that I mean, for example, that we get the funding for our work. That's true. But something similar thing can be taught. But to get into the process, I don't want to be like we discuss here and then stop. Okay, see you next APAD. Not like that. We'd like to change the culture. That after this, we can discuss within, I don't know, or whatever, get out that this is what we're gonna do. Set the goal. Maybe next year, this time again, in somewhere because well, Japan, APAD, yeah, yeah. Then we can work something out together already, not just wait for next meeting and we talk again. So get the idea and then discuss it through email further to have a solid idea like for in agriculture. Maybe artists go further with Afita when they have it, let's say, November in Japan. They could have something similar mind to be a part of this country work together and try to get some support. This discussion or collaboration of the case study done in between by a
Right? And the technology and the right appropriate methodology to find out how to do all these things. That is the challenge. So we have to find out what methodology is appropriate for damage and loss by earthquake or lands forest. Right?
right available resources. You have to be bold enough to start to like get proposal, writing the proposal bit by bit together. That if not started, not going to have this. And if like let's say ABB open or ProBank open, we can try to submit that to different sites. But have to be like a topic that everybody work together as well. That's what
Another factor is also to say that the is not appropriate. One is the nature. Small is the nature. My phone is the nature. My phone is the nature. So it's what to make these things as you can easily understand for because as I said, overall is one and underlying is so many schools, so many countries that I'm proud of, but this would work, this would be understandable for everyone. So after that, we need to share with everyone.
I'm Susan from Asian Forest Focus Organization, and it's my first time to attend this meeting. It's really to see how uh, collaborations operate. And it's really, also, it's very good term, uh, technologies. Um, I don't know how to elaborate the terminology, but let's say it's an information system and data science, how the researchers work together. My question is about I'm just my purpose of a participation to this Apan57 is to find out how to develop our current initiative into the real world. It's just in the middle of a discussion at the moment, and I'm just trying to find how to make it possible. For that, I believe that I need definitely the researchers and technicians who can give us the very correct and right advice in terms of technology. And in terms of uh, in the reason of our organization's title is the middle of our name is forest. So somehow we have to focus on mostly forest related disaster. But Dr. Virachai said that the disasters are not only within the certain area, but it also connected to each other. When I'm thinking to develop this idea to submit, for example, a report for Word, I just wonder what kind of goals I need to develop for APAN, this working group, to the project. So it's just an open question, and I'm just trying to get more ideas how to involve these researchers into the research. Do you have any? And this working group, unfortunately, I only saw a very small number of the forestry sector, government sector. So it's also a big challenge for me how to promote this working group to our main counterparts, which are mostly forestry administration of the government. Are you ready to also international for sector?
Yeah, I think the buzzword in this group and probably in other working groups as well is collaboration, right? The obvious question is number one, how and do we know who to collaborate with? So probably one of the easiest solution, at least within our group, probably is um, let's work on the website or something, put everything there, case studies, probably a directory of previous attendees, so we can easily contact each other and should cluster those. For example, so we have a group that works on forestry, a group that works on tsunamis. So a directory, probably a repository of the. I'm not sure if we have a repository of previous case studies, but I guess that would be of interest to many to get back and to learn what was done before. And then regarding about how this group could probably collaborate in terms of getting support for other agencies like ADB or so on. If you notice, if you notice in the presentation the past 2 days, it's highly technical, which is expected, of course, because this is a technical worker group. So we have technology providers, scientists, and researchers. But if you want to go higher, how do these results affect policy? Which is where usually the World Bank would like to fund. So after you get these results, what are the actions, in terms of policies or certain actions that must be taken. So probably, actually, this is my suggestion as we are continuing to expand the next DMWG session. Probably we could incorporate some examples of policies from certain countries or territories that are science-based, based on the previous events and happenings, based on the advice of researchers and scientists. This is what we have come up with. I'll give an example. In the Philippines, of course, almost everyone knows about Typhoon Haiyan. There are lots of lives that were lost then. If you ask the scientists then, they would say, "We have given much information, have warned everybody this will happen." But what really happened was that the scientists were able to give the warnings. This is the let's say the flooding or the different effects of this Typhoon Haiyan can give. The problem was that the message sent was too technical. Common people didn't understand what the effect was. So they weren't able to act in time. And they were so much relying on the previous experience, such that they always experience floods, tsunamis, typhoons. But due to climate change, of course, became different. Anyway, my point is that since then, there were a lot of changes in policies in the way we communicate. Because if you are too technical, changes may not happen and lives will still. So probably we could learn from each other what were changes then, what were the improvements in our policies and procedures and protocols, and we could incorporate this session. I think it further enrich our discussion. So have the, of course, majority the technical side, but we could interesting to learn what happened to others, what have they done. I guess each of our countries or territories have their own like disaster mitigation agency or office. Nice to hear from them. Right? Yes, yes.
Let me see. Uh, I think from the next one, we can summon. It's easier. That's my experience. Very
I always saying that if you don't deliver that, even that like Frank said, they deliver the message. But that's why I always say that a skill need to happen to make it simple for people. We can provide the scientific. We could get any warning. But for example, remember the Apan56 in New Zealand. The early warning people, they come from earthquake center, issue the warning about tsunami. So they also recommend, not recommend, their practice is that if they're giving wrong warning, so too many times people don't believe it, and it's also caused other trouble. Yeah, so they worry about that. That's why it's not like in Thailand we issue so many people, so many people just like read from the news and then post it, and then cause some problem also. The concern with them, I also realize that for me, I think like if you give wrong information to the public, very toxic. But the people, they don't really responsible. They just many here in Thailand just doing it, and when the thing not happen like what they say, they just not respond. I mean, not take any responsibility, which is like that also needs to change. Uh, like yeah, this is it.
Because the I'm still listening to many experts' opinions, and even though we are working with the member countries, but it's not just a limited. But I can see that the countries in this working group is not only is beyond. So I think more collaboration is always welcome. And but also, it's not
In our experience, as you mentioned, the collaboration is always open. For example, for the forest related cases, right now we have the forest fire, and actually we also have something like a soundscape that's about ecology, but not just on land, so on water. So scientists set up recorder to collect the audio, including the supersonic bats, and also species underwater all over. Try to understand changes, the impacts of those animals by uh, by- so the problem is that if that's uh, useful or beneficial to some specific research or to the Southeast Asia or the forest fire is one primary source of biomass in Southeast. If that's if that case study has been set up, then we can help building up the collaboration. That's what we do, and then we can support. So we need funding to help to mobilize and also to build up capacity building. That's the way we did study.
I'm also to tell me stuff from the Philippine University, but as I told you, I'm also from Vanuatu. It's small in the middle of the small in the South Pacific. To me, with so many scientists came from Japan, and always in the computer. When they say we have small tsunami and cloud which one. So I decided, okay, this information about the government and not for the green zone and the red zone because of injuries. I'm going to just just found the signpost. Before I do that, this signpost is safe. The signpost and that's what easy to understand. And that's really, I think it's a good idea. Was facing to me quick because they have to face this. So it's very simple. Listen, if I can share this with you.
A typhoon hit Philippines each year.
The average is 20 over the past 30 years. But you know what? Interesting, last year, 2023, had one of the lowest number of typhoons. So we're experiencing drought.
But El Nino maybe have more rain somewhere. The one of the typhoon go to
Korea, like from south to north, like happened just like it's
Very
strange.
seldom.
Yeah, that one also strange. Climate change. So we really don't. The temperature now, but the temperature is above, above normal, like almost 2 3, 1.7. So it's like every month, if you look, it's new high for each month that the sea temperature, which is scary.
The other thing, they can, it's quite easily work. It's other how to work here. It's more specific. How to we can also mobilize resources from the cloud to be good. Computer resources. Science. Sure. Yes.
For big data, whatever we can with the data, we provide it. Actually, because I got involved with APAD as I working for CEOS and the biggest. That's why I met Lauren. That we need to transfer moving big data, the satellite data, like from the US to Japan. That's why we need to connect the routing. You have to know which route that you have to go as quick as possible. But at that time, when the beginning, it's not that quick, not that fast. Just working with the people that connect. Like I asked this guy from NASA AIM, Tom Stone, what is your proudest moment? I connect Asia for the internet. I connect like South Pole internet. Okay, but that learn that we have this infrastructure within APAC, and for the working group, we can utilize request them like cloud. If you would like to use the cloud system, I don't know, in Taiwan, you can access. We have even have the ICOM system for the tsunami cloud. But
From the case study, we make the tsunami simulation tools available so users to request possible. Finish your analysis using same tool. One last thing here is that the IAGC hosted by our team, which has been more than years. There is a joint environmental computing workshop together by the DMWG, our working group, together with the Germany sort of thing, Bavarian, LRZ. So the joint workshop has been more than 5 years since 16 about environmental. So we will have an expert. They bring their experts together with those together how to level. So we meet up once every year to see. So in this year, last week of March, and of course the joint environmental computing workshop is by things, but not possible. Go to Taipei. There's a the working group.
how, how can we start? Like after this, how can we start with the do we have a for this?
Have main list based on the 20 project. So that's still open.
So anyone not there, probably
That's also what we have to discuss next week, next topic. Because one last task today is that we have one nomination. Director, friends, Director Leon, yes, and then the nomination just finished last one. Then we started collecting votes. So, right. Because the collaboration is open, I just asked if there's no objection. Let's yes. Yeah. Director Leon accept. If there's any objection to this mission, then thank you so much. I think yes, Director Leon will be the next chair.
It's very interesting. I've just been involved with this group for the past 2 years. Yeah, but again, thank you for the opportunity to be the chair of this work. So this is a great work. I can see a lot of people cooperate and collaborate. Yes, so it's just a matter of sustaining, finding ways to further find opportunities, to, especially in terms of funding, find the funding opportunities for case studies. So we can only hope, I can only hope for this working group to further expand its reach, whether internationally or even my own background. Basically, that's my message that I will bring when I get home. Actually, my assignment now is to reach out to the local agencies and then get a better picture, not just the technical, but a more comprehensive understanding of the policies and actions on disaster. So I can only hope for the support of everyone, especially you, China. Thank you so much.
We will also reorganize the meetings. No? Yeah. Yes, we need the investigation of each case study to wrap up those studies here. According to the mechanism from OSP WG.
We have website for that as well, but National Informatic Institute of Japan, they highly maintain that. We already have like apan.data.net. I think if we can also create next session.
That's right. One way is to make use of we can hire those types to avoid page about it. The other thing is that in the long run, moving toward open science,
Is data.apan.net. It have been created by the messenger.
and the approach was based on AIR. Find it accessible. have how to maintain. You have to stop some person. You discuss about that in next session. Yeah. So this is also one thing that Apan community. Many people complain about do not have data to do the research, cannot get a hand on that, get a hand on that. That's why we have this working group. It started. Few of us now is the one I would like to see this and Marcus also yesterday having it's a mixing like a disaster mitigation also.
If I may ask, first Eric, you've been here for the longest time. You've shown a slide where there's the several case studies and the collaborations happening. Were all of those funded by Summit, or it's a mix? There are some which are externally funded.
So that it's much easier for the apartment to join specific which types of. That's our idea. But unfortunately, this kind of support, funding support from region up to the funding. Next 6 months, there no such fund. Right. That's right. So from ASEAN, from otherwise, we can meet up at twice. So IATC. The alternative, meet up virtual.
Thinking about the funding, is I think all of you know about the APEC, Asia Pacific Economic Community. Now, so Taiwan is also eligible, and they also support for the capacity building program. And there's one APEC program called STI, Science and Innovation, and it's like matched very well with us. And now they're opening open for poll. Send you the information.
APEC. If we can include bushfire or forest fire.
Well, it depends.
There's
It doesn't matter. It could be flooding, anything that related. But it's related. The flood with the typhoon is also related to the forest. Oh, now, not stopping. It's hitting the forest as well. Like one typhoon, long time ago, the name is Gay, hitting in southern of Thailand, destroy all the forest, not the forest. Well, rubber plantation, big area, into it, all the trees fall down. You can tell which direction it goes. So it's also now with more severe of the intensity of the type coming up is destroy everything.
Maybe we can combine identification of forest fire by satellite data, and
Yes.
also analyze based on
Well, that's what that's
transportation.
what they want, and then like I said, I could talk with Diane. Diane is in charge in the NASA about the distribution of all the product that NASA produce, NASA land and atmosphere from LA. But she in charge of that, and we can talk. We can talk with her, and then can combine. But actually, idea of worldview system that you can look at all disasters on the same platform. And now they try to enhance by putting tools in this platform so people can analyze it by comparing the latest satellite imagery that already got flooded and the one before, or with the forest fire. Before there's no forest fire. Current, when they have the satellite image, you can see the difference and they have the comparison too. So easy for user to use.
So China, you're talking about that. We also have many hurricane, South Pacific. We have a big surprise that we use Saffir-Simpson scale. The Saffir-Simpson scale. Saffir-Simpson scale. Which is it allows us to cluster by phone we know how to verify. It's the scale. More metallurgical series because we have only small island. Saffir-Simpson scale. Typhoon on the continent, another typhoon on the island, more on the same scale, so it can have not the same effect if you're on the continent, more than if you're on the island. It's not much more weather than in the continent. That's the life. So we're talking the metallurgical services because it transported water by the wind because it costs much more coverage than the road itself. You are checking to keep this information in the gut. It's absolutely clear what the same effect.
To the laser type we call stone search
Something.
inundation.
That's very relevant. Our Met agency just recently introduced, before it was all data, but now they have fact-based forecasting. It's more about what can happen. It's easier to digest, and they could easily prepare, not just numbers, but what could happen.
Maybe the first step to approval to introduce APEN to our main counterparts first, probably. Those will be first step separate for the future. So maybe we could propose like this short time online work so that just exactly the same kind of work.
Has to be related to the forest.
Forest.
Forest agents from 15 countries.
Yes,
from
yes.
15.
But by trying working presenting and lecture so that that they can engage in some kind of sectoral collaboration. And also most of the interfaces, for example, I only see kind of best example from it how to collaborate with our space with the federal agency. We can organize this kind of online workshop. I hope that
Excellent. Thank you so much.
In charge of the capacity.
yes, and
Which can easily do.
also I'm still even though this is very much a popular idea, not too achievable for me. Dr. Vilachai knows many things, but for me, I'm no expertise in this area. Just how to make the platform, multilateral platform. So I'm still keeping the idea of the as I on it. So based on this kind of first step of online workshop, yeah, what are steps that
Have such collaboration. And not yes, yes, of course. And also please think about the funding of APEC. We will invite more scientists from also region, maybe also your
I'm from Sri Lanka. Actually, I'm the president of the City of Pohjola. I'm a computer scientist and a senior lecturer. So we have really affected by the tsunami in 2004. And also, I'm currently working in the physics department now in the city. So I'm they are working actually with internet data, and we have developed some actually, as you suggested, really need data because we are doing some predictions kind of things. So we have developed the pre-configurable convolution processor. So which we are classifying clouds. So using clouds, I think can predict so many things. With the, so we use actually the satellite for that freely available set for training. So you can really use the technology for disaster management. So if we have many years of these predictions, that is
Think about looking at the cloud. There's one way to mathematician question. I follow him, but he disappeared. We can look at the cloud pattern. When it will earthquake will happen. Yeah, just like it happened. Got the range in like 6 hours. One time in Japan, saying it, and then as it happened, very scary. I don't know. The way he calculated, look at the cloud pattern is tell. You have to stop many things. APEC first. Then we'll wait for your information about your online job. And this started from
always open ideas of so you are very welcome to join us.
Try to also reach out with even Spider. They have the training, funding for the training, but I don't know if it's a simple one. I could ask that because they organize, I think over 1 year ago at UN headquarters here, UN SCAP, they organize like 2 weeks of training, and they bring everybody from all over Asia to train. It starts the geoinformatics, data. And I asked before, Lawrence said cool, but you need to propose a very solid proposal how to train also people.
We need a way to share those. So we take started from
So if on can write it, no, they know how. I'm not really know how to write a book. Yes, but I got one from the back home last time for it's not begin. That about for lawyer for the department.
there's any other institution. Okay. Thank you so much, Chair of the working group. Thank you so much for your time. Many very good ideas.
So, on behalf of the Disaster Mitigation Working Group, so thank you again for your support, for your activities, and we hope to see you again in the next session. Where? Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. In Pakistan.
And
That's
this week,
right. Islam. All right.
and don't forget, tomorrow still half day, master class that's about open data cube, making use of the satellite data.
So we can have our snacks, and then next session is yours. Open science.
Another session. This is our open sharing, and I don't know that people online they come for okay, for people online. I'll feel online. So yeah, welcome to the open and sharing data working group, and then the purpose for this session is discuss how to collaborate with the agency in Thailand on our working group, but mainly NAI building the system for us in APAC. So just here to discuss. I don't know that July Alan here, but I don't know. They're supposed to be here. They will come. They will come. Rarampan here. No, sorry, I'm going here. Or to try to discuss how to work together, expand the network to end. Please, Kasu.